Have you? Book 101's all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is a customer service investigator, no other than Miss Barbara Khozam.
Yes.
Welcome,
Hi.
welcome. Welcome, welcome, Miss Barbara on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Daniel. My name is Barbara Khozam, and I am all things customer service. So I do consulting, speaking, training, and I'm all about my motto, which is bringing
Mm,
manners back to business. Because I truly believe when leaders treat
yes,
employees well, employees treat customers well, and it's all about being kind. Blow their mind, just be kind. Yay.
true, true. Respect begets respect. And
That's
thank you
right.
so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Barbara. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The audience love you. And today let's talk about why customer service is even more important than ever. So tell us, we live in the age of AI and chatbots and hyper automation. Paradoxically, you argue that human customer service is more critical than ever. Why is the human element, how or now, a competitive most instead of a cost customer or center?
Right. Well, customer service has always been important, but I really believe the pandemic and this, I'm doing air quotes, social distance, it should have been a physical distance, not social, has impacted hundreds of thousands of people because what? We lack human connection, right? We were forced to not communicate, not connect with humans as humans. And now people what? Don't make eye contact. We don't look at each other. We don't listen to each other. We don't connect with each other. And therefore people are what? Lonely. There's a statistics on high suicide rates of college and school age people. People at work are lonely and we're not connecting. And customer service is so simple, right? A human connection and eye contact, some empathy and compassion can blow your customers' minds and can set you apart from your competition. It's pretty
Mm,
powerful.
it's powerful indeed. Well, tell us, with the rise of social media and viral review culture, a single service interaction can define your brand for millions. How has a customer service shifted from a private function to a public, real time reputational management system?
Right. Well, you just nailed it. If someone's not happy with you, what do? They don't I think a lot of customers won't complain. They're not going to pick up the phone and call. But it because it's easier for me to go online to what? Google, Yelp, to any social media site and complain online. It's much easier to hide that way and to express yourself. So if companies are not managing those comments, if they aren't responding back, if they aren't asking for good feedback, they're going to be way behind their competition. And I read a statistic too. Check this out. It said even if a customer gets a good referral, even if someone says to someone else, you've got to go to XYZ company, over 80% of those people go online to read the reviews about that company. So that the social media content is even more important than ever because that's where people go.
Yeah.
Scary, huh?
Scary. Oh my goodness, Miss Barbara. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. In a saturated market where products can be easily duplicated, you've said service is the final frontier of differentiation. Can you share an example of a copy or a company that completes almost entirely of the strength of a customer experience rather than its product?
Well, sure. I can give you an example. One of my clients is an optometrist office. Optometrist where you get your glasses. And they are almost every touch point of my experience with them is superb. So, for example, see, the problem is that customers have multiple touch points, right? Is it the website? Is it parking? Is it the humans? And so a lot of companies have a great digital contact, right? Like I can schedule online and everything digitally is great. But then when I walk into the company, the people aren't very nice. But this company is pretty consistent across the board. They have great digital presence. They have a great customer service with their folks, meaning a customer walks in, they're greeted immediately with a smile. Employees wear name badges, they introduce themselves, they communicate all along the way from start to finish. A lot of my clients that hire me have sticking points that aren't there. Like, for example, another optometrist office, the employees wear name badges, which is great. I love name badges, but the printing is so small, you can't read it. Well, in an optometrist office, you need the printing to be bigger. So that one little touch point can set someone off and make them have a negative impression. So my most successful clients are very consistent with each touch point through the entire journey, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense, Miss Barbara. The term customer lifetime value is thrown around a lot. How does investing to elite customer service directly and measurably impact a company's bottom line beyond just preventing charm?
Yeah, well, I think we all know that when customers like and trust you, what do? Well, they come back, they tell others, they write great
Yes.
reviews, they're nicer to your employees, which means your employees stay, they don't quit, right? You make more
Yes.
money. And what's pretty cool is if you have great relationships with your customers and a problem arises, they'll negotiate, they'll be flexible. But if a customer feels like they're being processed, like they're just a number, that's when you get grievances and complaints and lawsuits. So it behooves all of us to invest in this simple concept. It's good for business, it's good for employees, and it's good for the customer.
It's good for the business,
That's
for
right.
sure. Miss Barbara, let's talk about the psychology of a modern customer. Today's customers have less patience and deeper desire for connection. What is the key psychological drivers behind this paradox, and how must service strategies adapt to meet them?
Well, I think it's kind of like what we said earlier is that customers are craving connection, human connection and acknowledgement. They will, for example, a complaining customer. A complaining customer, what do they want? Yes, okay, they want a solution, but really, before that, they want acknowledgement of what the problem is. So if I said to you something, I'm a complaining customer, and I said, I called your company 5 times. I had to repeat myself 5 times. If an employee says, sorry for the inconvenience, that's a blow off, right? Like I don't think you care. But if that employee acknowledged and simply said, you know what, you called in 5 times and repeated yourself over and over, you know what, I'd be frustrated too. You know
Yes.
what, you have me now. I have the time and I'm going to fix this. That's what customers want. They want acknowledgement that there was a problem and then they want you to help them. So again, it's that human connection. Yes, I do want solutions. Okay, give me a free coupon. That's fine. But customer service is driven by human connection and human relationship, not text, not discounts. Human relationship is what drives it. The end.
Yes. The end. Human relationship. Despite of all those AI or whatever we are having right now,
Right.
you mentioned that customers now remember the feeling of the interaction long after they have forgotten the solution. How do you train support teams to engineer positive emotional experiences, not just close tickets?
Right. Yeah. So it's all about, just like you said, with the feeling, it's all about creating moments. So it's about being present, really, being present with each customer, each moment, so you don't have a missed opportunity. So let me give you an example.
Go ahead.
So I'm a professional mystery shopper, which means I'm a professional liar, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I was
Okay.
I was sitting in a business. I was sitting in a doctor's office. A
Okay.
patient walks in and says very loudly, with a big smile on his face, "Oh yeah, and last week was my birthday." And the receptionist said, "Okay, sign in and have a seat." But what could she have said? How about, "Oh, happy belated birthday, 29 again, looking good," right? Be present. Be present with each person, each moment, so you don't miss those opportunities, because those moments create the memories which cause them to talk about you. So that's what it's about, presence.
Presence and building memories.
Yes.
Definitely. Data privacy is a massive concern. How can customer service teams leverage a personal data to create a seamless, anticipatory experience without crossing the line into a being creepy or invasive? Creepy.
Did you say without being creepy? That's kind
Yeah.
of funny. Yeah,
Mhm.
because that's a good it's a good point, because I do tell my clients that when they hear something the customer says, like the customer says, "Oh, my son has a soccer game tonight." Oh, okay. So let's note in the no, okay, this person has a son that play a child that plays soccer. So then the next time you contact or they contact you, you can ask, "Oh, how did your son do in the soccer tournament?" So that would be a okay conversation. But you're right. There's kind of fine lines. Like I had a fight with my wife. "Oh, did you win the fight or did you lose the fight?" Like that. That would kind of be crossing the line, right?
Mhm.
But do you wanna know if they're married? Maybe. So it's right, those little things that you can find out about your customers and use them positively can show that you're listening and that you care. But you're right, there's gotta be a fine line. We don't wanna get too personal.
Too personal, yes. There will be a wall. So, Miss Barbara, tell us on the technology and human partnership. What is the ideal handoff between AI automation and human intervention? At the point in a customer's journey, does as a bot become a liability and a human becomes essential?
Right. Yeah, this is a frustrating this has been very frustrating for me as a consumer lately. I've had to contact some companies, for help. And of course, there's no phone number. I can't find a phone number to call anybody because I'm at the generation where I want to talk to someone. So, okay,
Mm-mm.
I'll do the chat. And you're right, it's AI, it's an AI bot, which just gives me canned answers, which is fine for frequently asked questions, like what's the address? How do I get my account number? How do I reset the password? That's fine.
Yes.
But once I start getting frustrated, I need that human agent. So there needs to be, in my opinion, some kind of quicker transition from the AI bot to the human. So I don't know if there's a code. Like what I've been trying to type in is human. I want a human, please. Human, 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 human. And sometimes that works, but sometimes
Hmm.
it doesn't.
Hmm.
So it would be nice if there was like a universal term that someone can abort, get out of the bot and get to a human, because if not, they're leaving your company and they're going to go to someone else. So I agree with
Definitely.
you. I like AI. It's great. It can help employees answer questions, but we need to be able to transfer quicker, in my opinion.
Quicker and human touch.
Yes.
Yes. What single piece of technology of our data has most potential to transform customer service from reactive to truly proactive? And wow.
Well, so what I've been learning in a lot of my clients are healthcare, like doctors' offices and such. And there's technology out there that allows the doctors to communicate with the patients empathetically. Like the AI, right? In other words, AI writes better emails than the darn doctors. The doctors will say,
True.
you have cancer. Whereas AI will be like, after
Sympathetic.
reviewing your records, I wanted to inform, like
Yes.
it's lovely.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited about that it can actually communicate better for the doctor and in a better way. So so it's easier for the doctor and it's much better for the receiver, the patient. So I'm not sure what that technology is, but I love it and I'm very excited about it.
Yes. Sympathetic. Having empathy. Oh
That's
my
right.
goodness. That's something new for our innovation. So,
Yes.
Miss Barbara, the great resignation highlighted burnout in support roles. How do you attract, retain, and empower top tier customer service talent when the job is inherently emotionally demanding?
Yes. So this whole turnover thing is quite a conundrum lately. And you know what? It turns out that the leaders of the organization need to care. It all starts at the top, right? Something rolls downhill. And if we're not treating employees well and we're not empathetic with them and we're not connecting and caring about our employees, why would they care about customers? In fact, I read a book just recently. It's a very common statistic. The number one reason people quit their jobs is they have a poor relationship with their immediate supervisor. Number one reason. But the problem, I think, is this: a lot of people in leadership, they get promoted, right? Like they're good at their job. And then someone says, you're now a boss. You're going to lead all the people you just worked with.
Hmm.
Well, they don't know how, and they now they have different relationships with these people, and they play favorites, although they don't mean to. So it's a problem. So that middle management role really, in my opinion, needs training, like constant training and coaching, so they know how to treat their employees well. That's one of the most important keys.
Miss Barbara, as a customer service investigator, what are your short term and long term goals?
Short term and long term goals. Short term is I need food. Just kidding. I am kind of hungry. Short term is I want to keep doing what I'm doing and work as long as I can. Long term is the same thing. I just want to work with and help as many organizations as possible. My goal is for the whole world to know my motto, which is blow their mind, just be kind. Can
Mm.
you imagine if every human being on this planet was kind to every other person? Oh my gosh, we would have world peace. Daniel, world peace.
World peace,
Yes,
yes, definitely. World peace, people, for our Mother Earth.
that's right.
So, Miss Barbara, thank you for that goals and looking forward for more success. What would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
If they want to be like me, well, for a company that wants to improve customer service, I have one tip, and that is get in your customer's shoes and go through their journey from start to finish. Like pretend like you're Googling yourself and go to your website and walk through your doors and call your people because you may find some of those touch points. If you can fix some of those touch points, you can create an extraordinary experience for your customers just by changing a few things. It's very, very simple, but very powerful.
Simple and powerful. Thank you for that
Yes.
advice, Miss Barbara. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence you, Johnny?
Oh, yes. My favorite book at this moment is called Wonder Drug. The subtitle is Seven Scientifically Proven Ways That Serving Others is the Best Medicine for Yourself.
Hmm,
Boom.
interesting.
Yes.
Thank you for that recommended book, Miss Barbara.
Yes.
So, tell us, in for a small business with limited resources, what is the single most impactful investment they can make in their customer service that will deliver the highest return?
Hmm. You know what I think is getting feedback from your current clients. You know,
Mm,
like maybe you could do a couple phone calls, you could do some phone calls. My clients that get consistent feedback like on a regular basis know what's wrong because a lot of times we think we're great. Just because you don't get a complaint doesn't mean you're great. So
mhm.
they by constantly getting feedback, like create a system for it. Maybe every week you call 5 customers, get feedback, then you will know what to fix and what you can work on.
Interesting, Miss Barbara. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, because my Abstract Essay is already in fifth season. Abstract Poetry in second season, and my Book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my Food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast Law 101, Bible Verses 101, and Mental Health 101, Love Letters in third season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 and fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101. And it's second season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Barbara, finally, if you could leave our audience with one mindset shift about customer service from seeing it as a department to seeing it as something else, what would it be?
Oh gosh. I think it's just about I think it goes back to my saying, which is blow their mind, just be kind. Because that applies to coworkers, it applies to your employees, it applies to customers. So let's be nice. We don't have to like everyone, but we can certainly be respectful. So let's do that.
Yes, let's do it, people, because respect begets respect.
Yes.
Miss Barbara Khozam, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world.
My
So, can you
pleasure.
please, yes, so can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Of course. Oh, what projects? Is that
Yes,
what you said?
anything that you're doing right now.
Oh, well, I'm working with a company called Protoqual, which is for healthcare organizations. And they have little bite sized video chunks, and we're helping organizations and doctors' offices raise their survey scores. Yay!
Yes. So that'd be awesome, Miss Barbara. Let's support Miss Barbara Khozam, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering advocacy to come. So, Miss Barbara, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Monica people, see you soon.